So now your Singapore company is incorporated and the bank account is also set up. Follow these 5 golden rules now to operate your business bank account properly. Now these rules applies to both companies formed by local residents as well as companies formed by foreigners. So the first principle is do not receive or transfer funds for somebody else. You may have a friend or you may know somebody who might request you to receive certain remittance in your bank account or your business bank account and transfer it further to somewhere else. Now, this can be extremely risky. Cases of this kind have happened, and you can search for these cases by typing the search term money mule in Singapore. What happens in these circumstances that somebody might approach you and may ask you to do these kind of transfers and may even offer a monetary compensation. Now, getting enticed by that monetary compensation and doing this kind of transactions can be extremely risky. If those funds are of criminal in nature and if the case is found subsequently, then it is quite possible that you may also face a jail term in these kind of transactions. So remember, your business bank account is only for your business and you must use it for receiving income and paying expenses of your business only. There is no reason to do money transfer for somebody else when he can do it himself. Point number 2, do not use business account for any personal expenses. Now we see this happening many a times. You are transiting from the airport and in the airport area you see new iPhone on the display. You wanted to buy that for a long time. So your hand goes into the pocket and comes out the business debit card and you book that expenditure on it. Or maybe you are in some shopping mall and you see new Bose headset on display and you wanted to buy those for a long time. And you have just now received some cash in your business bank account. So you directly pay from there. But this is not a good practice. Keep all your personal expenses separate from your business. In case you need to withdraw some money for expenses, then make a bank transfer to your own account, maybe of a fixed amount every month, like $1,000 or $2,000 or something like that. And then pay from your personal account for these expenses. When personal expenses starts getting into business account, the question arises as to the genuineness of the business. And if the extent is too much, then it is quite possible that tax authorities might ask the scrutiny of your accounts. Point number 3, don't pay business expenses in cash. Now, this may not be always possible because sometimes you may need to pay in cash, like taxi bills and maybe very small food items and so on. But where possible, try to avoid this. Wherever possible, generally use your business debit card for paying it directly. So the benefit of this approach is that a record is automatically kept in your bank statement. If you don't maintain this record, then it is quite possible that afterwards you may forget it. Secondly, you will also need to keep the receipts if paying in cash because those might be needed at the time of preparation of accounts. The next rule is deposit any income received in cash to your bank account. Sometimes the client pays in cash, so he might have just come for a consultancy work and you have given him some advice and he has paid maybe $200, $300 in cash. Now, there can be a temptation not to account it and directly deposit it into your personal account or just keep it with you and spend it as and when required. Avoid this temptation. Make it a practice to deposit all this income to your bank account. It is important for record keeping. Also, legally, you are required to account that income in your accounts, and in general, it is a good practice. And the last rule that I will tell is download your account statement, bank account statement regularly. So here I am just showing a sample bank account statement. This is some fictitious First Bank of Wiki, not a real one. So what happens is in Singapore, if you have to get a bank statement which is older than 6 months old, then you won't be able to do it from internet banking. Most of the banks will show the data of last 6 months only. So if you want to order it to the bank, then they will charge 20 Singapore dollars per month per account. So if you have two bank accounts, let's say one in USD and one in Singapore dollars, then they will charge 20 plus 20, 40 per month. So this can become very costly if you have 2 or 3 currency bank accounts and you have forgotten to download for last 1.5 year. So as a good practice, every month or every new month on the first day, download the statement for the previous month and keep it securely in your folder. Another good practice is to write the notes on your bank statement explaining the nature of expenditure or the type of transaction for which it belongs to. This is easy to write when the memory is fresh, and subsequently it will help you in your bookkeeping and accounting significantly. This data can also be downloaded to Excel from your business bank account. Most of the Singapore banks allow this feature. So what I do normally is I download entire Excel file for the whole month, and then in the one of the cells I will just write down whatever the explanatory notes are. So in summary, follow these golden rules and maintain your bank account in healthy state. It will be easier for your accounting also.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.